everyone, welcome back to another video on my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a chrome nail art design, and I just thought you might want to see it basically. I don't really know why I said like and as if there was something more to explain, but yeah, that's all I'm going to be doing is a chrome nail art design. So it's pretty similar sort of to a set that I've done before using chromes, but I used the chromes for the base of the nail, not the actual nail art itself, and I mixed them with gel polish to make them their use a little bit different. So I am actually going to be using them as chrome, like on a no wipe surface today, which is technically sort of what they're made for. So that's what I'm going with. I don't think I've got a hell of a lot of chrome videos on my channel. It's not something that I actually use that often. So I thought let's get some chromes out and have a little play around. So first of all I've done so far is just popped my first 2 coats of colour onto my nails, and I used Princess from Gel Perfection. It is this beautiful creamy pink colour. It's actually got like a sort of sheen to it, like it's not just a normal flat colour, but it's really, really difficult for you to see that. So that's all I've done so far, and then I'm just going to show you what I'm going to be using. So alongside obviously the colour that we're going for, I'm going to be using these 2 chromes from Tia's Beauty. So one of them is called Kunzite, and it is this beautiful pink colour. Then the other one is called Amethyst, and of course it is a beautiful purple. So other than that, we are going to be using Make It Velvet Top Coat from Gel Perfection, and also Magpie's black gel paint. I'm using the Magpie gel paint because, well, that's what I've got, and secondly, it is a no wipe finish. All of their gel paints are, apart from the shimmer ones, so they are perfect for doing chrome detail, because obviously your chrome will attach to them well because they're no wipe. So yeah, so I'm just going to go in with Make It Velvet now, and I'm going to top coat all of these nails with Make It Velvet. I was thinking about, actually I think I still will. So although it's going to be, let's just turn that around, although it's going to be matte, well, velvet top coat, I'm still just going to apply a really nice thin coat of Moonstone. It's absolutely beautiful. There's a couple from Gel Perfection like this, and they're just stunning. I really, really love them, but this one works perfectly with pinks. So I'm just going to pop a coat of this on. Let me just show you what that looks like. How pretty is that? I mean, obviously it's not going to have the same sort of effect by the time I've put the velvet top coat on, but it's still worth doing because it's beautiful, and I really do like using this. So whenever like clients say like, oh, I want this colour but a bit of shimmer on it, if it's like a pinky, purpley, that sort of colour, always grab this and say like, oh, why don't you have this? I managed to talk everyone into it because it's just stunning. So I'm just going to pop a coat of this on all 3 of the nails. I'm going to cure that, and then we're going to velvet top. Okay, so this is where we're going to see the difference between it shiny and velvet. I'm excited. So the reason I am velvet top coating at this point is because after this is when I'm going to be applying my black gel paint, curing, and then applying chrome. If I don't do this stage and I just left it either tacky, or if I top coated with normal top coat, bearing in mind that chrome sticks to no wipe top coat, if that's what I did on this layer and then I did detail on top and then chromed, the chrome would stick to the whole nail. So we need that velvet top coat to be able to stop the chrome from settling everywhere onto the nail. It's not going to stick to the areas that are velvet top coated. It'll only stick to the areas that have got a no wipe surface on there. So that is why I'm applying a velvet top coat. I hope that makes sense. Okay, this is what the nail looks like when it's velvet top coated. So it's still beautiful, but obviously it's just velvet. But this design is going to be a shiny design on top of a matte surface, unless I really have the urge to top coat the base layer, but we'll see. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go in with our Magpie gel paint. So I'm just going to open it up and get a palette for me to use. And I'm going to be using a liner brush from Erin's collection because they are just amazing. Just need to find it because even though it's the one that I use all the time, it's still the one that I can never get to. So I'm going to be using the Bestie brush, which is a liner, but it's like the middle one. It's not really short and it's not really long. Erin's favourite brush is also Fab, just not for a design like this. So I'm using the Bestie brush for now. I also need to put it in hot water because it is dented. I don't know if you can see that. There's a slight dent in it in the middle, but it doesn't actually affect how I use it. But I will just dip it in some boiling water at some point, just straighten it out. But for now, it's fine. So once I've finished top coating this and it's now velvet, what I will do is also buff the nail as well. So nothing crazy, just a quick buff like this or like that. I'm not going to do it on camera because the noise is horrendous. So I've given the nail a little buff and then I've wiped over with isopropyl alcohol on a lint-free pad just to make sure that there's no dust left from when I've buffed it. And then I'm just going to go in and create my design. So I am just going to be doing really random lines. So almost like a zebra print, just completely random. And I'm going to make them pretty thick, so I don't have to do loads of really tiny thin ones, which I know sounds lazy, and it is. But that's what we're going for. So I'm just going to go from both sides. Obviously it's not the colour of a zebra, so you can class it as something else if you want to, because it's technically not black and white, so you can call it whatever you like. But I'm just making sure that it's nice and like the colour is nice and dense. Okay, so this is where we're up to now. I've got all the black that I want on there. So I'm just literally just going to pop it in the lamp now for a full cure. So full 60 seconds. That's how long Magpie's gel paint is required to be cured for. But obviously make sure that you check with whichever one you're using that you are getting the correct cure in time. So I'm going to pop that into the lamp. We're going to full cure, and then when it comes out, we're going to get going with the chrome. So I'm going to get that ready. So we're just going to open both. And then I've got my little applicator, eyeshadow applicator here. So obviously we've got two sides, but you could use different sides as well. But I don't make a mess, so I can't really use the same end for two different colours. But yeah, so this is how I do it. I just use one of these. You can also use just silicone things as well, like ones like this. These are pretty helpful, to be fair, because you can use like the very end of it to get exactly on like this small design that you've created. So that's really useful. But I just use the applicators. They work fine for me. Okay, so I'm not doing like different lines, different colours and stuff. I am literally just going over with the pink in random places. And then I'll be going over with the purple in random places as well. Just something different. So I'm very gently just making sure that I'm covering all of the black, but I'm not putting lots of pressure on. There's no need to do that. Chrome sticks to no white really easily, so you don't need to really scrub it in, because that's when you're going to end up getting it stuck to everywhere around it as well if you put too much pressure on. So I'm very lightly just making sure that everywhere is covered. And then when it is, I can get a duster brush. So first of all, I just use a dusting brush, like a normal fluffy one, and I just give it a quick wipe with that. That gets all the excess off. Well, not all the excess, but that gets majority of the excess off. So as you can see, most of it is off. And then I'll just get a brush that's a little bit harder. Mine is actually covered in glitter, so it's probably just going to make it really glittery, but it would be helpful if you had a dust brush just for this sort of thing. I don't, so there you go. That just proves I don't use chrome all that often. And then I'm just going over with the stronger brush. You don't want to go too crazy, because obviously you're going to end up taking off chrome from where you actually want it. But so there we go. And then if you do have little bits, like as far as I can see, there's only just a little smidge up here that's got a bit where I don't really want it. If you do have bits like that, it's not a problem. All you need to do is just grab a clean up brush of some sort And then just dip into your IPA or your acetone or whatever you've got near you, and then just, this was a bad choice of what's it called, brushes to use to do this step, because it's brand new and it's really like rock hard, so that's making it life difficult. But all you need to do is just go over and just have a little clean up. I personally wouldn't have cleaned this up, like if it wasn't for the video, I would have just left it, because I quite like it. I like the little staining of the pink because the background is pink anyway, but as you can see, it's easy enough to clean it up anyway. So that's that, something different. So my original plan was to no wipe top coat on top of the bits. So obviously if you're going to do that, if I no wipe top coated now on top of the bits that had foil, if they're on top of the bits that had chrome on, you could then wipe over with this, and wipe over with IPA on top of this, and it would get rid of all the excess that was on around it, and obviously your chrome would be protected from the top coat that's on top. I have decided that I am just going to no wipe top coat, I think, because I really just want to see what it looks like with the base really shiny. So I'm just going in with the Model 1's lipstick top coat, but obviously if it was on a client, you'd use whichever one matches the system that you're using. So with designs like this, I like to go sideways with the top coat as well, because obviously those bits where the gel paint are slightly raised, because gel paint is slightly thicker than gel polish. So just want to make sure that you are top coating in between every single area. I don't know what I'm trying to say anymore, but there you go. So that is that nail done. Something a bit different. I love the base actually underneath the pink with the purple. I think it's beautiful. So we're going to move on to the next nail. So it's pretty much the same process, but we're just going to do a different design on each nail instead. In fact, I don't think I'm going to do a different design on each nail, because I am going to have these displayed on the wall, and I don't want them to be totally opposites to each other, because I like to have like sets on the wall, because a lot of my clients struggle to imagine like one nail as a whole set, even though obviously I can help them with that, but I like to have some on display. So this one, I'm going to do some of the lines like diagonal up here, and then also at the bottom. Oh gosh, sorry, I've just caught my phone with the top of my brush. And then for the third one, we'll do something slightly different again. So we've got 3 different nails that all go together, but are all very slightly different to one another. I have no idea what I'm going to do on that third nail though. I need to really think about it. So we're just going in up here a little bit, and then obviously, like I said, I will do some down the bottom as well. Just want to bulk this one up a little bit and make it a bit more of a random shape instead of too straight. And then I'm going to do some, like I said, at the bottom. I think I have just figured out what I'm going to do on the other one actually. It's just come to me. I nearly automatically did on this one, so I'm going to do it on that one. So just do the bottom now. The bottom is obviously a little bit harder because the lines need to be smaller, but you don't want it to look like just stripes of colour, stripes of black even, but you know what I mean. So it is a bit trickier to get the smaller lines to look more like a zebra print than just line work, but there you go. You can do this sort of thing with like anything, which is really useful. You can do any sort of design. Okay, that's how I'm going to leave that one. So I'm going to pop that in the lamp, but I'm not going to cure it yet because I'm going to do the chrome on that one at the same time as do the chrome on this next nail that I'm going to do, because one, I'm going to forget what my idea was, or two, it'll just be really long instead of me just doing it all at once. So with this one, I'm going to do, no, I am going to do it the same as the last one, so for a little bit. So at first, I'm just going to start off how I did with the other one. Not the full nail, like obviously the one that was a little bit different to that one. So I'm just starting out with that sort of look again. In this top corner. I want it to be like one's really minimal, which obviously is the one I've just put in. One is obviously full completely, and then one is like between the two. That's the sort of look I'm going for. Okay, so I'm going to do one more going downwards, I think, because I've really messed this one up. It looks rubbish, but it's fine. I don't mind. It's all good. Not everything goes perfectly every single time. So I'm going to leave that one as, no, I'm not. I'm going to put one more line. I'm so annoying. One more line going up. It's going to sound really bizarre, but I'm actually really struggling to do like anything nails at the moment. Obviously, I am actually self-isolating at the moment. You will know that if you've like watched my most recent videos. Not because I'm unwell, so don't worry or anything. I've just been into close contact with someone who has tested positive, but I'm not showing symptoms. I'm absolutely fine and everything like that, so don't worry. But what was I going to say? Yeah, I'm having a bit of an issue with my right arm at the moment, which I am right-handed. I think I've torn something. Like, please don't diagnose me. I'm not asking for that at all. But I think I've torn something in my arm and it's making life pretty difficult at the moment. So that's why everything's a bit slow-mo. Don't have a lot of great feeling in my arm at the minute. Right, so once I've done that, I'm then going to go this way on this side. Now it's going to be pretty difficult because I sort of like doing it off the end so you can see which one is which. So this one is going to go off the end because the other one didn't. And then obviously the next one won't. I'm not sure whether to join them up, you know. I think I might join them up. So that one hasn't gone off the end, so that one I'm going to join up to this one. Just so it doesn't look like it starts out of nowhere. That one does go off the end, so I'm just going to leave that as one that is just like that. And then this one doesn't go off the end, so I'm going to join that up to this line over there. Yeah, I prefer that, it's much better. And then this one does go off the end. I'm not doing too many. Actually, I need to do one up here, so that looks a bit bare. I don't know, let's just leave it like that, you know. I'm going to leave it like that and then just have a few bits down here as well, just to tie that in. Okay, so I'm going to leave that one like that. So I'm going to pop that in the lamp now with that other one. I'm going to cure those for 60 seconds. I'm going to do the same thing with the chrome when they come out of the lamp. Okay, so they've just finished curing, and you put that in the wrong one then. I'm just going to dab on a little bit of each. I say a little bit, I've put way too much on, but it's fine. I'm going to put a bit of each of these on. Make sure that all the black is totally covered, and then I'm going to do the same thing as I did last time. So I'm going to start off with a fluffy brush. I'm just doing it away from my desk because my desk is a mess. And all this chrome everywhere is not helping. So I don't have any extra on that one that I actually need to get off, so I've just left it as it is. And that was just dusted off with a duster brush, like a fluffy one. Then I'm going to apply my chrome to the next one. So as you can see, I'm just really gently, I know I probably look like I'm being really aggressive, but I'm not. I'm not really like pushing it into the nail or really like scrubbing it in sort of thing. Like I am just casually just wiping it over. And then I'm really sorry it was out of focus, wasn't it? But yeah, I've just gently just popped that on top of the black. And then just really gently going over with my fluffy brush. And that is all it should take to get your finished look. So then I am happy to top coat again. Now don't get me wrong, they do look beautiful matte, so you could always just leave them like as they are, or you could have one shiny, leave the other two matte, or blah blah blah, like whatever you want to do. I am going to top coat them both to match the middle one, just because I actually love that sparkly pink. Look at that, it comes to life when you top coat that, it's beautiful. So I'm just gently top coating over the chrome, If it was on a client, I probably would double top coat or base coat then top coat. If you are double top coating, make sure to top coat the first layer either with a tacky layer, that type of top coat, or top coat with a no wipe. Give it a little cheeky buff to make it nice and rough, and then obviously your second coat of top coat will stick. Don't just double top coat with no wipe and hope for the best, because it will peel. And if it doesn't, then well done you, but it's probably not going to knot every single time, so don't make a habit of it. There's always one that's like, well, I do that and it works. Okay, just because you do it and it works doesn't mean that's what you're supposed to do. But anyway, that is the set finished. So I'm going to pop those into the lamp. And I'm going to use this video to test out my new prop. I bought this from Sparkle Supplies UK because it is just beautiful. Look at this. It's in my most recent haul, so you've probably seen it, but it's just stunning. So instead of doing what I usually do and putting the nails on a straw, and that sounds ridiculous, but that is actually what you see at the end of every video that I do for nail art. So yeah, instead of putting the nails onto a straw with some blue tack, I am just going to put them on here. So I'm just getting rid of this horrible background of chrome everywhere. And I'm going to put them on here this time instead and see how well they stand out compared to this beautiful background of the prop. I love it. Look how cute they look. Look how beautiful. I love it. Well, anyway, that's the set for this video. I hope you enjoyed it and it's given you some information or just some ideas of what you can do with this sort of thing. But yeah, thank you so much for watching and I'll be back soon. Bye.